Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome on in. It is the first episode of Kingmaker. And as I did everything, there's one thing I did forget. I need to set up the fact that you guys need to see um, our game. So
Yes, that is
let's
important.
we do want that. We want to make sure that you can see the alerts. No, that's wrong. Why are you doing that, you weird piece of shit?
Well, while Worm is doing this, you guys want to know something funny?
Yes.
Always.
Okay, so, if you guys have seen my camera, I have a lip piercing. Well, I have two. I got those done a couple weeks ago, and when I sent my best friend Trey, which some of you may know, um, a picture of it, they were like, "Oh, nice, you look good today." And I was like, "Thank you. Did you notice my lip piercing?" And they were like, "Huh?
That
What?"
that sounds about right.
Because apparently, like, and I've had coworkers say that, like, my coworkers all knew I was getting my lip piercing, but half of them were like, "It looks so natural on you, I almost forgot."
Well, I guess you're just that like you have one of those faces where it's just like you haven't always had a lip piercing.
Exactly. Like that makes me happy. Like that's gender validation for me.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I have got that set up. One thing I will let everyone know right now, with my current setup, with how things are, I am going to be even worse than normal about seeing chat. So,
I have it open. I'll yell.
okay,
Same.
I will. I am trying to find the best way, but I haven't yet. So,
It's okay. You've got a lot going on, man. That's why I have Trey on my streams when I stream, because like otherwise I don't pay attention to chat. That's why Trey's in call with me, so somebody's paying attention. Because if I'm in a game, I am in a game.
Right.
Like when I'm playing Cyberpunk, I'm like, I've gone full Takeshi Kovacs, man. Like,
so what? Why do those not line up
why is
anymore?
my camera so close?
There we go. For some reason, things decided to move on their own. Um, so why don't
Oh,
um, you know, it's always wonderful when I'm trying to get started and my wife is busting my balls.
sure. Shoulder cat, shoulder cat, shoulder cat, shoulder cat, shoulder cat.
This is
Um,
Finch.
Hi,
Hi,
Finch.
Finch. How how
Oh,
how many how many cats are going to be present in this game?
You probably won't see my other cat,
Okay.
so probably just her.
When I get a cat, I will have a cat present. I just have to move upstairs first.
I have two cats, but currently they are locked. I closed my door. While I am currently alone in my house right now, that will not be the case for the entirety of this uh stream, so I'm trying to limit the amount of noise.
yeah. Why don't you guys introduce your characters real quick?
Oh yes.
Everyone can start at once.
I'll go ahead since I've got the cat. Um, I will be playing Reese, he, him pronouns, and he is a fire genasi artificer.
Who wants to go
Sorry,
second?
my connection just went crazy.
Okay. Sounds like you're back, though.
It sounds like I'm back.
Do you want to introduce your character?
Yeah, sure. My character is a sea elf named Marlowe Foamcrest. They're a weird little guy. They play like fire instruments. And also like their god is like their mom. So if anybody speaks badly about their objectively evil mom, they're or like, objectively evil god, they're like, "Hey, that's my mom. You can't be saying that. That's rude. It's my mom." So there you go. That's me.
Okay, I think if we go down the line, Roboduck is next.
Yes, I am going to be playing Gorek. Gorek is a chonky boy, he, him pronouns. He is a human barbarian, specifically Kellig. And he's just going to go around being big and chonky.
Very nice, very nice.
And then that leaves the most magical of Morrigans.
Hello. I am Morgan. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Lovely, who also uses she, they pronouns. Lovely is a tiefling cleric who worships the god of beauty, Sune. And she's just here to make sure that we all appreciate the beauty that exists in our lives, because in this cruel, forsaken world, people have forgotten to look at the beauty that exists in it.
Oh, and one thing I almost forgot about with Sune, because for just to kind of make it easier, since we're doing Kingmaker, I have brought in a couple of the normal Pathfinder gods into my setting, which this is the first game officially set in there. Sune is part of the Divine Thruple with Saren Ray, and I don't remember who the other goddess is right now, but it's a lesbian thruple that Sune is part of.
You know, that is. I love a triple goddess, but that is the first time that I've heard a triple goddess in that sense.
I love it,
So
man.
that's really great.
As a
Yes.
polyamorous idiot.
Because in Pathfinder lore, Saren Ray is part of a divine lesbian thruple.
We
And
love divine lesbian thruples.
okay, so introduction. You find yourself in the bustling city of Restov, a free city in the southern point of Brevoy. Restov is a haven for those who look back to the old days, the days before the Conqueror. Lord Mayor Joseph Selimius only answers to the Dragonscale throne. No noble house controls the city. Wealth flocks to any free city. This city has an air of refinement about it due to this wealth. Green spaces abound, as well as cobblestones and lanterns to light the streets at night. The din of mortal peoples living their lives surrounds you in this early afternoon, day full of sun. People talking, the clomp of horses, the wheels of coaches and carts of all kinds. Two dashing young men in the finery of nobility dash out of an alleyway, their dueling swords drawn. They fence their way across the street, dodging people and horse traffic, before disappearing in another alley. You hear a passerby mutter, "Damn lordlings and merchant sons. It's bad enough they challenge each other every dawn and dusk. Now they're doing it all times of the day." They spit and are lost in the crowd again. Dueling schools of all qualities, alehouses, and taprooms of all kinds dot the city. Many come to Restov to join one of these dueling schools, although it is no secret that the students of most are only students there because they could not get into the Eldori school. All of these places are also hotbeds of rebellious talk for those opposed to King Noleski Sartova. Young firebrands throughout the city are looking for a leader to rally them, or worse, a spark to unite them. You wish you could stop and enjoy this city and this day, but you only have a few hours before you're needed at Lady Jamandi Eldori's manor outside the city. Catching a coach would be ostentatious. And anyway, it's only a mile or two outside of town, and on such a beautiful day, a walk would do you good. You pass through the stone gatehouse, leaving the city and entering fields of grain. You can see the house in the distance, on a hill with oaks lining the drive. As you walk, the heat of the day starts dissipating, which is something you are happy with at first. Then you notice the blue sky is being covered by clouds. Clouds that promise rain, and maybe more. It had seemed like a good idea to walk when you began, but by the time you reach the Oak Line Drive and take your place at the back of the announcement line, the sky has passed through gloomy on its way to foreboding. As you move closer to the doors, as people are announced, you realize you're still the back of the line. No one seems to be arriving later than you. And so you guys find yourself in the back of this receiving line. And two of you we know are together. Not together, but that would be Marlowe
Buddies.
and Gorick. And then I assume the other two, Reese and Lovely, are. You just happen to be standing very close by. If you'd like to introduce yourselves to each other or do a little bit of role playing as you wait for this line, now is your opportunity.
I'm gonna like nudge Gorick with my elbow a little bit. It's very pointy. I don't think he notices, but it's pointy, and I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy. Why are we
I,
here again?
I kind of try to pretend not to notice, but Gorek is not very good at pretending. And I'm pretty sure somebody important told us to be here, and I think they had a good reason. I kind of forgot, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna be real. So did I. It was a long walk.
Yeah, I was too busy taking in the sights. There was a lot of activity, a lot of like random people around. There were a lot more interesting things remembering why we're here. I mean, we're here, better late than never. Maybe one of these folks knows.
Maybe. I mean, well, the up world has a lot of noisy things, man. It's way louder up here.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to being around so many people, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I've been around the up world for a bit, but it's so loud. Like all of it. There's no quiet parts. It's weird. There's quiet
It's,
parts all over the ocean.
as we're talking, I'm looking at uh, the other folks in line, specifically, Lovely and Reese, and just trying to see if they're looking at us, if they're having a side conversation.
Can I ask what your characters look like?
I'm I'm short. Ew. My sea elf looks kind of like me, but blue. Um,
Oh, Lovely's blue. She's like a
Oh,
very,
nice.
very light blue, like a periwinkle.
nice. Marlowe's like a oceany blue.
Mhm.
Like it's a cool blue. It's for camouflage. It doesn't really work up here.
And then, what about Gorak? What does Gorak look
Yeah.
like?
Gorek is, I think overall relatively tall, though by Kellig standards he's not. He's like a little under 6 feet tall, but what he lacks arguably in height, he makes up for it in width. He's just a very bulky fellow. In a swarthy complexion, black hair. He has a lot of white ribbons that are tied in his hair that kind of flow around, and his hair's already this wild mane. So every time he moves his head to look around, it's this very dramatic motion. And his clothes are this like super haphazard mix of like leather, hides, and fur that clearly has been cobbled together and repaired over time, and with really no rhyme, reason, or good sense of fashion. He probably could use some help in that respect.
I also have literally 4 instruments visible on my person. They're just
Or
hanging from my bag.
Gorik is similar, except instead of instruments, it is axes. on his person.
We're buddies.
I would say like Lovely is trying not to be awkward, but is very much just like obviously interested in you two because you guys look like the most interesting people here, and she is very much a appearances matter kind of person, and so like for you guys look like you have like you have a story to you and all of that stuff, and so she's like sitting there like you ever like be at a bar and like there's someone who you're like I want to be that person's friend. I want to go up to that friend group where they're all talking because they look like really cool people that I want to know. And she's just like kind of like trying casually to like try and like slowly inch her way over until she can like find a way to insert herself into your conversation, but doing it like so awkwardly.
It's okay, cause like Marlo looks awkward because it's a warm like summery day. Marlo's dressed in like warm clothes. Like they're wearing long sleeves. They're like cozy. Like they are like they're like they look like they're still a little cold.
And I assume that would be a stark contrast to the fire genasi standing nearby.
Mm-hmm. Who's just like, oh God. Oh God.
You are muted right now.
Me?
No.
I am.
Oh.
Because the cat was trying to rub her face all over the microphone. Reese is looking very bored to be here. Not bothered by like the pomp and circumstance at all. And he's got like fairly dark skin as if he's been toasted a little bit too long. And you can't quite tell if there's actual flames in his hair or not.
How close are you? I kind of like the idea. If you're relatively close, I enjoy the fire hazard that our different hairstyles present.
I'm fairly close, but not like super engaged with anything at the moment.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, this could end poorly at some point.
I love the fire hazards we have here.
At some point, is if at least Lovely is inserting themselves into the conversation, like Gorek is very much just kind of looking to see, and if given that you are clearly interested,
Mhm.
he's just going to turn to Lovely and ask, "Hey, so like, very not smooth."
You have beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Okay.
I spent a lot of
Yes.
time on the ribbons. I've
Yeah,
collected them. It took a long
I
time.
admire them. I admire them.
It's, I really enjoy the tone of your skin. Is that your skin? Is that paint? Where I come from, people mostly all look the same, and so I'm not used to. Like, are you? And it's this is. Gora kind of looks over to my companion, who's the only other blue person I've seen. Like looking between Marlo and Lovely. Like, oh wait a minute.
I'm the only blue person I've ever met. But so let's take a step back and describe what Lovely looks like. So she has, like I said, light toned, light freckling as well. She's also dressed um like Lolita fashion is like the best way to put it. So like lots of like ribbons and like that like kind of aesthetic is very much, and pinks. And so like it's very blue and pinks is her whole aesthetic, and she has dark blue hair, but she clearly dyes it very light blonde. um and has bows in her hair, and she has a single horn that sticks out from the top of her head like a unicorn horn. And she's like, I've never met anyone who looks quite like me. Most of the tieflings I've met have more like warm skin tones, like the reds and the pinks and the yellows and the oranges and stuff. but I've just been told by the clergy where I was raised that I was a special child. Oh gosh, that makes me sound. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Marlo's gonna kind of like poke their head out from behind Gorik and be like, "Oh, you're blue too. That's more homely." Hello.
Hello. Yes, and I've noticed you have a very aquatic sense to you. Are you from the coast?
I'm a sea elf. I come from under the water. It's very loud up here. Have you noticed?
It can sometimes get noisy, yes.
It's really loud. But that's really my only complaint. It's loud and sometimes it's too cold. But it's nice up here. I like it. Because now I have things that make lots of noise. And that's always funny.
Do you like music? I love
yes.
music.
I love music. I play so many instruments.
I know, I was admiring your instruments. They're so beautiful.
Thank you. I got them when I moved up here.
That's amazing. I just think that music is one of the most precious things that we can experience in life. And have you ever thought that there are so many great things that you can experience in this world?
This world's pretty big, man. And from what I understand, I've only seen a little bit of it, and like most of that was the ocean. The ocean's real big from what I understand. From like what everybody on the land tells me, the ocean's way bigger than I thought it was. I was like, but it seems so much smaller when you're in it. I don't know. Anyways, the world is very big, and you're very right. There's lots of really, really cool things out here to learn about. I like learning about things.
I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, or maybe you know, and she like gestures to Reese as well. Do you remember why we're queuing up here?
Beats me.
So,
I was literally just about to ask you. Oh, sorry, Reese.
Since it seems like players might have forgotten, you are here because the Lady Jamundi Eldori has set out a message for adventurers, for heroes to come map the stolen lands.
Oh.
And so you are here literally answering the call to adventure.
Oh, yeah, we're mapping.
You said mapping the what lands?
Stolen. Everyone calls it the stolen lands. Who it was stolen from? There's no answer.
Unclear.
Probably a lot of people, let's be honest.
While we're standing,
Colonialism just be like that.
Fucking real, bud.
Oh,
While
no,
we're
the stolen
standing-
land is a uninhabited area.
Was it always uninhabited?
Yeah.
that's the question.
That's the question.
As we're standing in line, Reese is kind of using prestidigitation as a fidget toy and just like doing like random like sparkles and puffs of flame and stuff.
Lovely is fascinated.
Yeah, that's going to be very distracting for
So is
Gorik.
Marlo. Like, they're all like in there.
So, as you guys get to, you've probably
we
gotten
haven't
through like
noticed?
3/4 of the line.
Like someone has to bug us to like move up in line.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll just be standing.
Well, remember, you are the end of the line. There aren't people behind you guys.
So maybe
Oh.
eventually we'll notice the huge gap between us and the next folks.
But as the line continues to shrink, it starts to very gently rain. How do you guys react to the rain?
Marlo's completely unbothered.
Lovely.
Outwardly, Gorik is totally unfazed. Internally, he's a little bummed that his ribbons are getting wet, but this is not the type of thing that's supposed to bother him, so he acts very unbothered.
I start using prestidigitation to make little umbrellas, like just enough for me. Keep my hair wet or dry.
The hair that
You make-
may or may not be fire.
Yep.
Is there a limit to the umbrellas?
Well, I can only make one at a time,
Bummer.
and they only last 6 seconds. So I keep having to make. I'm switching new umbrellas every 6 seconds.
That's also going to be fascinating for Marlo.
Okay. Ghost, have you checked the Zoom chat?
Not recently. Am I in trouble?
You're not in trouble.
You haven't. I have to do shit.
A little bit, yeah. Because in a minute I'm going to be putting everyone's tokens out because you get to the front of the line and you are each announced.
Can I port it? Is there a way I can port it over?
And you
Or I don't
enter
know that.
the Great Hall. This spacious hall has been prepared for a great feast. Servants hustle and bustle about, while several armed soldiers, Lady Jamandi's house guards, watch over the hall from their positions against the east and west walls. To the north, a fire crackles away in a large fireplace. An iron lever secured by a lock adorns the fireplace's eastern face. 2 massive crystal chandeliers hang from the ceiling 20 feet above. The walls are decorated with painted murals of idyllic woodland scenes, nymphs frolicking among waterfalls, satyrs dancing with fauns in wooded glades, and various winged fairy creatures flitting through the trees. 9 long tables are arranged around the center portion of the room, each holding plates, utensils, mugs, goblets, and full, ready-to-pour pitchers of ale, wine, mead, and water. The smell of roasted meat and other delicious scents fill the room, yet no food has yet been served.
Well, this is just beautiful.
It's a little overwhelming. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Okay, and I get to do the really fun stuff of making sure you folks can fucking see.
How to zoom? I feel like everything in Roll20 has changed since the last time I logged in.
It has changed quite a bit. Whoops.
Aha. Control mouse bar is zoom.
Control mouse. Okay.
I can't figure out how to make everyone's names at the bottom smaller though.
It is stuck
What?
in settings. It's
What?
kind of dumb.
Well, I looked in settings and I couldn't find it.
It is in settings, and then it is in where was it?
Oh, wait. I got it. I found it.
Oh,
It's
good.
an audio and video display.
Yes.
God, that's hidden.
Oh,
Okay. Right now, Ghost, you have you are the picture of the mysterious stranger. That is your token for
Yes,
now.
Worm, I'm aware. I'm struggling really.
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Are we supposed to be able to see tokens?
Yeah, because I can't see anything.
Everything's black.
Yeah.
Well, there's a black box with a border.
Yeah, I briefly saw something and now I don't see anything.
Okay. Lovely. Can you see things now?
Yes. Now I can.
Okay. That is because it has decided that it did
Ah, there we go.
they were
Okay.
not originally when I put your tokens in, it was like, yeah, this represents no character.
Cool.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
So I have to set everyone. Okay. That should be everyone. I am probably going to move around these the tokens that are at the tables, but you guys are now um, in the Great Hall. Where are you guys going to want to sit?
Well, there's an empty table. Or we could sit next to the person that seems the most interesting.
And who does well actually who does look the most interesting? What is the vibe of the different people that we can see?
Sure. So there's a lot more people than these tokens. But the for Gorik, you're immediately going to notice Amiri here, who is very clearly from the same area where you are.
Oh,
Amiri is
interesting.
very clearly a barbarian from the lands of the Mammoth Lords.
I'm feeling a lot less special right now. I gotta be honest.
And strapped on her back is a ginormous sword. Gorik, you would actually probably realize it is a bastard sword, but one built for a giant.
I am not. I'm doing my best to hold it in, but I'm immediately very interested in going over and asking her the story behind that sword.
um, and another person is there's a halfling woman who has a lute strapped to her back, and she is looking around and then furiously writing with a quill and ink in a book. And she seems to be on like page 1 or 2 of the book. There is a dwarf who looks lovely. You'll kind of get a cleric vibe from them, although clearly of a different god than yours. There is over here. There is a woman in armor, and strapped to her back is a tower shield.
Hey, father.
Yes.
The roll 20 isn't allowing me to put in anything that we put in my character sheet in D&D Beyond. It won't let me do the same. Like I can't even put in sea elf.
Don't worry about creating a character sheet.
Okay.
Just name and picture.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, don't worry about it.
Okay.
One of the reasons why we're not using the Roll20 character sheets is they are going down a very specific path of doing things with their character creator, and it's a pain in the ass. So, yeah, where do you guys, where calls to you guys?
Big sword. I'm gonna start like shuffling that way, trying without saying anything to just see if I can get enough momentum that that we just start going that direction. And if somebody else is more assertive, then I will be quietly just kind of letting it go for now.
You don't all have to sit together.
I'm sticking with Gorik. I don't know nobody.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
If there is space, I will just kind of follow the people in front of me.
okay, you want to stick with the group?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
for lack of anywhere better, I'm just gonna follow someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Lovely will stick with the group, but I think she's also like kind of looking around and like periodically like fixating on
I'm
other
gonna
people as
move some
well.
people around. Put Amiri
Just trying to
here.
observe the whole room, take it all
Yeah.
in.
It sounds like because at least Marlowe, if Marlowe's not more pulled towards somebody else, then it sounds like Gorik will be starting with shuffling and then slowly getting more decisive and moving towards the big sword and
Yeah.
the woman attached to the big sword.
So you guys are kind of moving this way.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
As lovely as you walk by
Mhm.
this woman with the tower shield and the short hair, I assume you have a like a symbol of Sune just kind of sitting out.
Yeah, she's wearing an amulet on her neck. It's also emblazoned. She also has a small shield strapped to her back. Not like a big fuck off tower shield, but like a she does have a small shield and it has the symbol of Sune. Uh, I have a question.
Yes.
Is the symbol of Sune in this world different? I've seen it interpreted many ways, but usually it's just a red-haired woman. Some people like do like a heart. So like I
Yeah.
just wanted to know.
I will send you. Well, I won't right now, but yeah. No, the symbol for Sune is a woman's face with red
Mhm.
hair, just kind of in a circle around.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is like the classic.
classic. Okay.
Yep.
So that's what she has on her shield. But on her amulet, it's like probably a more like minimalistic
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that you see in smaller emblems where it's like kind of more like the design of her hair
Yeah.
and then like some eyes. So
Um, as you walk by the woman with the tower shield, um, it looks like your amulet catches her out of the corner of her eye, and
mhm,
she looks at it, looks
mhm.
at her eyes flick up to you and then back to the amulet, and then you see the faintest face of disgust pass over her before she steadfastly looks back at her place.
That's odd. Uh, Lovely just kind of like frowns and like looks a little sad because she was honestly interested in meeting that woman and telling her that her shield was really pretty.
Okay, so I am going to kind of put everyone like right here. Um, oh, lovely! You wanted to not sit at the other table that's pushed in. You wanted to be next to your friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The
Um,
vibes by the tower shield person were just a little too crusty.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah, as you
Who's this
sit
fella I'm
down,
sitting next to?
what was that?
Who's this fella I'm sitting next to?
You are sitting next to a gnome dressed ostentatiously in purple.
I fixed my token, boss.
Wonderful.
So I don't know how to fix it in the game, but I added my token.
I
Okay.
might have to. Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to do this, which is fine.
I'll politely introduce myself in Gnomish, which is a language I know.
Why am I still the mysterious stranger?
I don't know. You might just have to be the mysterious stranger for this episode.
I swear to God, I fixed it, and my character
Yes,
so
you
cute.
did. Your character is adorable. I love the little picture. I'm not sure why it's wrong on as the token. So
it looks on my end, I can see if I click on your picture above your character sheet, Ghost, it shows your avatar, but it doesn't show anything for the token. So maybe it uploaded the avatar under avatar,
No, I
but
did
not.
it both.
Oh, weird.
I made sure I did both. Well, why did I not use selected token? Come on,
Yeah,
I uploaded that. Well, let me add that again. Say use
Okay.
selected token. No.
As you guys kind of sit down, a striking half-elf woman enters the hall, followed by an aristocratic middle-aged human man. The man wears wears finely tailored clothing, fit for a noble, while the woman appears to be dressed for battle. She wears a fine leather coat over a sparkling mail shirt, and at her waist hangs an Eldori dueling sword with a bright silver pommel. The two make their way to the head table, where they remain standing. The man speaks first. Greetings, hero. I'm Joseph Selamanus, Lord Mayor of Restov, and this, he gestures to the woman beside him, is Lady Jamandi Eldori. We both thank you for answering her call for heroes. You may be few, but we need only the best for this great task. And now,
With that, Lady
our guest.
Jamandi offers the room a broad smile before she speaks. South of here, beyond Bevor's border, lies the Stolen Lands. This disputed territory has been claimed time and again by would-be settlers, but because the area has been a haven for bandits and monsters, it has never been held for long. Restov intends for this to change. If you have enough courage to drive off the dangerous denizens of the Stolen Lands, you can seize territory for yourselves and name yourselves baronesses or barons. Restov intends to recognize the legitimacy of the new rulers of this land, and none of the other neighboring realms care enough to challenge you. We are prepared to provide backing as a trade partner and military ally. If you claim the land, you will have my, indeed, all of Restov's support. She raises her glass at that point. But the details of your individual missions and charters into the Stolen Lands can wait. I raise my glass to you, brave heroes. For now, let us eat and enjoy the evening. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day.
And all thanks to our wonderful guest NPC, the absolutely wonderful Pegasus. After Lady Jamandi finishes speaking, her servants begin to circle around the room, filling everyone's mug with ale, fruit juice, or water, and serving food from heaping platters. The first course is crisp greens, lightly flavored with savory oils.
Yum.
And begin, guys.
Salad.
salad.
Um,
Ow.
What do you guys want to do?
so, um,
Hey, a worm.
Yeah.
I'm in lovely spot. Magic is in Reese's spot, and
oh yeah, we got all
Envy's
swapped.
in mine.
What?
We got all
Somehow-
switcherooed.
We got all switcherooed in the Zoom call.
That's super weird. Give me a second to get that
Except for
switch
Duck.
back.
It was probably my fault. When I got up to go get something, I turned my camera off. And it must have moved it
Ah.
around.
Okay, so there we go. We had to play a little
Oh, wow.
musical chairs.
We did it.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Space
if-
Envy
if-
was the DM for a moment.
if nobody else is striking up conversation, Gorik is certainly going to be asking the very interesting person to his left for her name, her favorite color, and the story behind the sword. Not necessarily in that order, but I'm pretty sure that's how normal people talk.
Definitely in that order. Definitely in that order. As you do, she looks over to you, flicks up and down, and with a broad grin, I'm a Miri! Red's my favorite color. And this sword. Killed a frost giant for it. This was my prize. And then, on my way back to my tribe, I killed a dozen mammoths and pulled them all back by the trunk. Tied their trunks together and pulled.
Sounds right.
Internally, normally the mammoth story I'd be doubtful of, but the giant and the sword thing kind of checks out. So I think Gorik totally buys this. Like, wow, you are so impressive. I could never. How did you do it?
Continuing to look you over. Well, first time a man has shown me this sort of respect.
I'm not really sure.
Do they mean man like human? Or man like man?
That's
think I
a
am on
great
Wednesdays.
question.
I'll be right back.
It's, I suppose.
What are the gender politics of this region?
Yeah, I think was that. Sorry, was that in character?
No, that was not in character.
Okay, so I just wanted. It seems like a valid question.
It is a valid question, and Lovely is definitely interested, but is far too not shy, but like would not ask that.
Yeah.
It would be impolite.
Gorik.
Gorik is not as concerned with propriety, but I think Gorik would frame the question a little differently. I think he would ask, were you not treated well by your tribe or following, or do you mean something else?
You have the bearing of one of the mammoth lords, and yet you question the outright misogyny?
I was a member of a small tribe. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the Esker Steppe tribe, but there were only a few dozen of us, and frankly, we did not ever have the time to be as prejudiced as it sounds like perhaps your tribe was. We were too busy staying alive.
Um, she spits a giant loogie on the floor behind you at that statement.
Okay. Wait. So is this beef against all tribes? Does this include my former tribe? What tribe were you? What tribe were you from? What tribe was so hateful that it caused you to spit on the ground?
Ba, 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 ba.
The irony is that almost certainly Gorik is not going to know what tribe this is unless they're one of the bigger followings.
This would be says the Six Bears.
I'm pretty sure Gorik does not know about the Six Bears. Are they part of the are they part of the Bear Pelt following, or are they just a random tribe? Because I think I would know Gorik would know about the Bear Pelt following if they're part of that. But if they are not, he certainly
They
does
would
know.
not be.
Okay. So he's been drilling down for this question, and the answer does absolutely nothing.
Lovely tries to introduce herself politely in Gnomish to the person sitting to the left of her.
Yep. I did not forget about that. I just need to double check what he's like. He looks over at you and goes, "And what are you supposed to be?"
That's a very, very interesting question. In what regard do you mean?
He just kind of curls his lip a little bit.
I'm Lovely. And she just like introduces herself.
I'm starting to doubt the choice of table here. I feel like we found some very unpleasant people.
He kind of straightens himself for a second, and he is, "I am Tartuccio, the obvious leader for this group into the green belt."
Oh, do you have some prior experience with leadership?
Clearly, you do not.
No, I do not.
Which is why it will go to the best person.
You didn't answer my question.
I have
Marla's
no
gonna kind of like make a
need
face.
to answer such a question.
Marla's gonna try and catch like Lovely's eye and make like a funny face about it, because like Marla thinks this guy's full of shit.
And Lovely is going to choose her words wisely, but she's going to say, unearned egotism is not beautiful, and you will do well to remember that.
Is this conversation happening at the same time as Gorek getting absolutely lambasted, or is this sequential?
It's happening at the same time.
Okay.
Marla's
okay.
just having the funniest fucking time here. Like they're just watching this shit go down, and they're like, "I'm so glad I don't talk to people."
Is Reese still just like fidgeting?
Space Imby. You are muted. Nope, we can't hear you now.
Technical difficulties.
It's not that I love a mean NPC, it's that they have sat next to some of them. Well, Tartuccio is a dick. Amiri.
Yes. Is an angry lesbian.
Yeah, Amiri does not seem like a dick. It just seems like I'm perhaps the worst person to have started talking to Amiri.
Yes, that
I
is
think maybe
100%
one of our-
it.
Maybe one of our weird little NBs should have tried chatting with her.
I feel like this is just classic Gorek, though.
Oh yeah, I love him. Like I can already tell he lives with his foot in his mouth.
I've
Mhm.
just realized something.
Yes.
I don't think we have a face among this group.
We don't.
I didn't realize that.
We have 3 really awkward dorks and a guy who doesn't talk to anyone.
So a different kind of really awkward dork.
Exactly. We're all screwed.
Space MB, can we hear you yet? Apparently
Here we
no,
go.
we cannot.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Have
Oh.
you got
I
me now?
heard that, yes.
Excellent. Okay, I'm just gonna be vaguely crackly.
That's okay.
Technology, I love it. Yes, no, I am playing my traditional -1 bonus to charisma.
I have the most charisma, probably. That's a problem.
you
I
keep doing this to yourself, Ghost.
I know I do. Worm keeps convincing me to make high charisma characters.
I have a +2 to charisma, but it's like mostly just due to the fact that like she's done a lot of like etiquette training. It's not due to anything like innate.
I mean,
Marlo's good at making people talk about shit.
I have a -1 because even as far as barbarians go, I'm still like the weird homeschooled kid.
Oh, you are. You so are. That's why we get along. Because Marlo's literally a fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone see what Pegasus says about the party?
Okay. Alright. You don't have to come to my life like that.
She's
Real.
not wrong.
Public.
I think Reese is going to kind of skirt that line because Reese is very comfortable in this sort of setting and knows exactly kind of where the etiquette lines are. And so he's going to mostly just goof around, again, still with prestidigitation, like just kind of at the edges of what's socially acceptable.
Um,
And just observe.
as soon as Amiri notices, she kind of nods at it. Well, if we can't have meat, at least we have some entertainment. Because remember, right now, it's just a salad. The first course is a salad.
We've just been sitting here eating some salad.
Yeah, if Gorek hasn't touched his, Marlo has secretly like snatched his plate and replaced it with their empty one.
Gorek is very much not an anti-salad person, but if you're making eyes to the salad, he would share, certainly.
Marlo is always hungry.
Yeah, so Gorek's going to be sharing some. He's shoveling some off of his plate.
Marlo, I will be like, yes, thank you. They'll make like a sad puppy face, like of acceptance when they take their plate back.
It works every time.
Lovely passes no judgment on anyone else, but is like very, very meticulous about like social etiquette, especially when it comes to like what fork you should use and like all of those like table etiquette stuff. And like so that's just like she's just like when the conversation with was it Tortuccio goes south, she just starts really like hyper focusing on the like eating. I've just realized I created a character who passes socially because their special interest was like etiquette.
As you know, as those two conversations kind of wind down, a ruggedly handsome man with a shadow of a beard on his jaw, with dark gray hair pulled back into a small bun, um, walks over and like clasps hands on the shoulders of Reese and Lovely, and like puts his face between, like in the space between your guys' faces, and he looks at both of you and goes, "Well, people who know how to deal with the upper crust, always pleasant to see. I'm Magar Varn. Who are you?"
The amount of heat emanating from Reese starts to become vaguely uncomfortable.
You can feel Magar's hand very slightly shift, but that is all.
What was this character's name again?
Magar Varn.
Lovely will introduce herself and says, "I'm Lovely. It's delightful to meet you."
Well, Lovely. It is lovely to meet you. And he holds his hand out. Basically, if you put your hand in his hand, he will kiss it.
While this is happening, Gorek is gonna whisper to Marlo and ask if they've seen anyone serve bread, because I'm pretty sure I heard them talking about crust, and I have not seen any crust.
I don't know if they're talking about bread yet, man. I don't think we've got the bread course. Like fancy fancy land dinners take forever. They don't give you the fish right away.
Huge bummer.
Huge bummer.
Lovely understands that this is a social norm and will like go along with it, but it has gone into does not compute kind of mode in her head because is not used to receiving any kind of thing remotely like a flirtation ever. And is just like, yes, I'm Lovely. Thank you.
Yes, you are. And then he looks over at Gorik and Marlo. And who are these most wonderful companions of yours?
Gorik has ribbons in their hair that are very nice. And,
Wait,
well
and Marlo is from the ocean.
he smiles warmly and broadly at the two of them, and extends a hand, like snaking it around the things on the table. It is my deepest pleasure to meet you as well.
pleasure is ours.
Hi.
He looks over at Amiri with a twinkle in his eye and says, "It is so rare in these parts to see two mammoth lords together."
Gorek tries to kind of shimmy further away from Amiri and does his best to look smaller, but fails miserably.
I don't know if Gorik will notice this, but there is a twinkle of mirth in Magar's eyes. You think this is that was exactly what he was hoping for when he said that.
Yeah, I don't think Gorek would clock that.
Oh, this guy
frankly,
likes to cause drama.
Yeah, this guy's an instigator.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be among the folks going to the green belts?
I believe so.
Yes, yes, you
I
will
mean-
be.
Yes.
I mean that's why we are all here.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I will make sure to send an invitation to you once my town of Varnshold is up and running. I will be in the Nomen Heights, not that far from you. I would love to have you over for a feast when we can.
Gorek
sounds
is
like you're-
genuinely excited. Oh, sorry.
It sounds like you're already well into planning your campaign.
Oh yes, Lady Eldori came to me months ago and planned it. I will be going to a different part of the stolen land. Well, I don't want to put you down or anything like that, but this is a section where a member of the Sword Lords is unfortunately needed. Not quite like your area where. Well, it is important. Don't get me wrong. It is something that is well suited for adventurers such as yourself.
I mean, there are things to find beautiful about all aspects of this world.
That is a lovely way of putting that.
Worm, through all of this, is his hand still on my shoulder?
Yes.
I'm now starting to play with flames. Vaguely close to my arms. Like, and via produce flame, not prestidigitation this time.
He seems unbothered.
Ah, this is infuriating.
More like infuriating.
Oh no.
No.
I've been touched, and I'm gonna get angry about it at some point.
I didn't even offer to shake my hand, but it made me feel bad about it.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself mostly. I'm trying to figure something out on my computer, and I'm kind
Okay.
of mumbling.
I think that like maybe just barely Gorek is starting to clock that this guy is actually not nice.
Oh, he's very nice.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah.
TM.
It's spelled with capital letters.
I mean, he did come over and give us a compliment that directly insulted but like basically everyone else here. So
And keep in mind, this happened like right after you finished with Tartuccio.
yeah.
Like, it is totally valid to say that he was purposely slighting Tartuccio.
Yeah. Is he still just like lingering there?
For a moment, but he's not. You can tell he's very conscious of not quite overstaying his welcome.
Okay.
Lovely. Something that you will notice is the little subtleties of etiquette he is following perfectly.
Yeah. I'm going to take a stab at doing something. Excuse me, was it Merag or Berag? With a B or with an M?
Is that in character?
No. I
No.
really hope not.
It's Magar.
Magar. Okay.
Maegar.
Okay, Magar. Excuse me, Magar. Are you familiar with any of the other notable individuals in this room? I would love any insight that you may have into them. I get the sense that he's like the kind of guy who would like to gossip, so I'm gonna take advantage of that.
I'm gonna lean in.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He
Let me know if I
smiles.
need to make any rolls or anything.
He smiles and his hands return to his sides.
Hmm.
Um, and you know what? Lovely. Are you from the country of Bravoy?
Is Sune worshipped there
Yeah.
heavily?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if there's like a major clergy to her, then probably, yeah.
It wouldn't be a major clergy, but it's not a small one. Like,
I mean, if it's big for like if that's where a large clergy to her was, like I anticipate her being like raised like as an orphan, like in uh a pretty large clergy with like hundreds of other like
yeah, there would definitely be
yeah.
a couple places in Bravoy
Mhm.
that fit the
Yeah.
bill.
Because
Um,
basically the idea I had is that like there was essentially like she was basically it was like the way I imagine it is like Sune essentially has like a charm school for like orphans where they
mhm.
take in kids off the street and then try and basically give them a better life by like teaching them the ways of etiquette and beauty and being able to recognize that through worship of Sune and things like that. So
So why don't you make me a history check real quick?
oh, okay, history.
Yeah.
I might actually oh wait, that's an intelligence roll. I'm not super great at that, but let's see. Okay, I have a +2 in it. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
First roll of the game, a nat 20. Let's go.
Incredible start.
um
Good job.
once kind of the fluster you had at his
Mhm.
introduction
Mhm.
has sort of passed. um you very quickly remember Varn is the name of a baron in Bravoy. And then
Oh,
you
okay.
remember the Baron Varn has 3 sons, and the youngest of which is named Magar.
Okay.
You would also know that someone in his situation, one of the quickest ways to piss him off would be kind of bringing up the fact that he's the third son of a baron.
Got it.
Because he's not the heir, he's not even the spare. He's the
Mm-hmm.
third.
Yep.
He's the useless guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Which explains why he's here. Um, okay.
Actually, you know what? With your natural 20, you would actually know that Magar Varn did join the Eldori dueling school. So he would be a probably a low-ranking member of the Sword Lords.
Okay.
Not high enough that he's taken on the name Eldori,
Mm-hmm.
but he's probably a graduate of this school.
Okay. Got it.
which would be why he's here.
So I asked him about like what he could tell me about the other folks here.
Mm-hmm. Um, he smiles and says, "You know, I haven't met very many of them.
Mhm.
Most, like yourselves, just came in this very evening."
That's interesting. And do I mention it? Do I do it? I don't think she would.
Marlo's petty enough to do it though. Like they won't
Yeah.
know, but they would do it.
So here's the thing is she wants him to go away. And that would be an easy thing for her to know for him to go away. But I don't know if she wants to make an enemy. And I don't
Oh,
know if he cares
she
enough.
would 100% make an enemy, and maybe he would go away, or
Uh-huh.
maybe a scene would begin.
Yeah.
That
I'm just going
that
to
would be
tuck
playing with
this.
fire.
Well,
That's my
we've been
job.
doing that the whole time. I'm going to I guess I'll just are there any other follow-up questions that any other just like meta questions that people want me to ask since it seems like I have the best rapport with this douche?
Marlo just wants to know when the main course is coming out, man. They're hungry.
Actually, I can show you guys a picture of him. There's actually two.
Ah,
So
okay.
there's this
He's
one.
a real
Looks like a
fancy
dick.
lad.
He looks like what's his face from Baldur's Gate? The demon.
Oh.
That's a face I'd hit. Like with my fist.
Like it's just very punchable.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely has a punchable face.
I would square up with that guy.
Yep. He definitely goes into like the category of people I would cast into Shakespeare's punchable face roles. Um
That's a very
so
good list. I need
yep.
your list for that.
Oh yeah, there are certain Shakespeare characters that are just like you just really need someone with a punchable face. I mean, and my favorite one on that list is Claudio from Much Ado About Nothing. You need a punchable
Oh,
face,
he does need a punchable face. Another good
right?
one is I can never remember his actual name because even in high school when I was performing the play, I remembered him as King Emo Piss Baby. But we did 12th Night in
know
my Shakespeare
exactly.
class,
Mm-hmm.
and I did Viola's parts,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yes.
Duh.
Appropriate.
That was the beginning of my actual thought about my gender awakening was playing Viola. Real.
I feel like there's a lot of people who had their gender journey by playing a character in Twelfth Night.
12th Night and Midsummer are the biggest
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
So Magar does graciously take his leave soon afterward.
Oh, thank gosh.
Good. Thank God.
And the next course is brought out spicy seasoned waterfowl.
Hell yeah.
Waterfowl. So duck, geese, something of like that.
Probably geese or swan.
Okay.
Maybe duck.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not Cornish hen.
That is not a waterfowl.
Yeah, it is not.
Marlo takes 3 bites and is immediately in pain. They're so excited, and then they're just like their whole face is like bright, like it's not pink, but it's the equivalent. Like all the blood is in their face now, and
Oh,
they're not
yeah.
having they're having a too spicy of a time. They rolled a 7 on their con save.
Amiri is digging in and is just absolutely destroying whatever type of waterfowl it is, and is probably taking more of the so the food was set down kind of for the people around to eat. She's definitely not taking a quarter of it. For 4 people, she's probably taking close to half.
Yeah.
And
I may be very intimidated by Amiri, but I am going to call her out on that one. That is not cool. You got to share.
okay.
God, we're so autistic.
And she looks at you and says, "And what are you going to do about it?"
I mean, I just told you to not do it. That was the thing that I did.
I think she wants to know what you're going to do if she doesn't stop.
What should I do if she doesn't stop? I don't really. I mean,
I don't know. Take
is
the
she-
other half. Take the food over. Fuck, man. I don't know. Marla's
Yeah.
like stage whispering this.
I
Like
get-
they're so flustered. They have never been in this situation in their life.
Yeah, I mean, granted, like Goric has run into different people traveling, but he's from a place where people are much better about sharing than this. So I guess he's gonna kind of move the waterfowl away from Amiri as best he can so that other people have a easier time getting it. I assume she's not going to take that sitting down.
Oh no. She slaps your hand away.
I'm gonna try again.
Same result.
Insanity, my guy.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna serve myself some more out of the dish.
Okay. And she is now locking eyes with Gorek and says, "What are you going to do about it?"
I'm gonna tell her a story. I'm gonna tell her a story from my childhood about the 3 little children who didn't share when they were foraging, and so 2 of them died, and the last one was really sad and died alone. And the moral of the story is that you need to share, or the whole community suffers.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Not good.
Okay. Lovely and/or Reese, why don't one of you make an insight check?
Okay. Come on. There we go.
And Gorek, chat wants you to
It's not good
tell
either.
the story.
Once upon a time.
Reese, you will notice that Amiri very clearly expected a certain response, although you're not quite sure what that response was. But you do know that Gorik's response was wrong.
That's shocking. Never once has Gorik's response been wrong.
My first 2 rolls of this game, I rolled a nat 20, and then I rolled a nat 1.
Reese, do you let Gorik know?
I mean, I don't know what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I also like. I mean, I assume this is being clocked partway through Gorik's story.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
Yeah.
I is and I so I s- given that I rolled a whole whopping 5 for insight, I'm assuming that I think that yeah, this seems to be going well enough that I'm going to the conclusion of the story, unless I'm interrupted.
Marlo, you are needed.
Sorry, I keep doing that. While this is happening and everybody's distracted by the story and the nonsense, Marlo's just gonna quietly shuffle the meat off their plate onto Gorik's plate, and
Okay.
and they're very amused by this, but they don't really think anybody else cares. But Gorik is gonna find more meat on his plate and be very excited.
Reese doesn't actually feel the need for more meat, but is strongly contemplating just stealing off her plate now.
Well, there's a little bit left in the serving bowl. Do you just take
Oh
that?
no, it's no. This is entirely on principle, not on
Yep.
any desire for more
Yep,
fit.
I
or
know.
more-
But it's pretty clear that when Amiri has finished what's on her plate, she's going to take whatever is left in that bowl. Unless you take it first.
How much is she paying attention to Gorik?
She's about half paying attention.
Yeah, I'll just take the rest of it.
Okay. Reese, make an insight check with advantage.
There we go. Ooh, 20.
Okay. As you are doing that, you see that Amiri notices out of the corner of her eye, and you will also notice a very slight upturning of one corner of her lips. So it definitely seems like that she approves. And as soon as you do that, one servant steps up and takes the bowl, and as they step away, another one steps in and puts a full bowl down.
That's totally gonna break Gorik out of the story. He's like, oh, I
There's plenty.
yeah. The whole story is kind of premised on they're not
Scarcity.
really. Yeah. So I feel rather foolish right now.
I mean, I was just trying to be a dick to what's her face.
Amiri.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Gorik is fully gonna kind of just he's kind of gone quiet. He's looking at the new dish. Like, clearly, kind of the hamster wheel in his head is spinning, and there are not words coming out.
Has Gorik ever seen that happen?
No, genuinely, never has he ever in his entire life seen somebody just like bring a whole new round of food.
And then shortly after that, the main course comes.
That wasn't the main course?
That was not the main course.
Okay.
The main course is tender roast boar.
Ooh.
It's not spicy, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not a main course if you didn't have to risk death to get the animal.
Suppose so.
I mean, although I am also afraid of geese, so.
Geese are terrifying.
You're
Yeah,
not
that's
wrong.
valid.
Their
My mom
beaks,
almost broke her ankle running away from a swan, which is it's about the same.
like, have you ever seen a goose mouth? Like, it's terrifying.
They have
That's-
teeth.
Yeah, it's just nightmare fuel.
On their
Mhm.
tongue, among other places.
Yeah, no, it's just all teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And swans are geese but bigger.
And angrier.
Mm-hmm.
More territorial. Also, I think chat needs to meet Ham real quick. So this is Ham chat.
It's
I
for
love how
Ken.
you bring out ham while we're eating boar.
They're a dinosaur. They got a little dino tail.
I feel like that goes better with the goose than the boar.
Yeah, right? Like, it's just their name is Ham.
Dinosaurs, just little chickens.
Yeah.
The little halfling woman plops down and walks over to you and says, excuse me, can I have your names?
Yes, I'm lovely.
That's Lovely?
Yes.
Okay. And then she looks at Marlowe, who's the closest to her, and says, and you, good elf?
Oh, Marlowe with an E at the end. Foam crest. One word.
Okay. And gentleman sitting next to Marlowe, what would your name be?
Gorek is a little bit surprised. He was not paying attention because he was focused on food, and kind of turns around with a start. He's like, me, Gorek.
Would you mind spelling that for me?
Yeah, it's Gorek.
Wonderful.
Why did you say that like it was a question?
I'll get back to you on that.
And Mr. Fire Genasi, what would your name be?
Reese.
Wonderful. And would that be RHIS?
RHYS.
YS. Okay. Thank you so much. I am Lindsay, by the way. It's very nice to meet you.
Looks into the camera at Worm like I'm on The Office.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, you seem nice. I kind of like wipe my greasy fingers off on my shirt and like stick my hand out to shake her hand.
She wipes her ink-stained hand on her pants and shakes your hand.
Outstanding.
Are you chronicling this experience?
Yes, that is the problem with all of these stories of heroes. Nobody thinks to bring a bard along to write what happens. And so
Hi,
we
I'm a
have to
bard.
wait for hundreds of years for anyone to write it down. And have you ever played a game of telephone for hundreds of years?
What's a telephone?
I haven't lived for hundreds of years, so no.
I can imagine that it's a difficult problem.
It can't be right.
More
Let's
like
get
it
to have another
can't be
bard.
right.
You mean road? What's a telephone?
Obviously, Lindsay wouldn't say telephone. It would be something else. But you know the game. I'm definitely not going to call it what apparently Australians call it. They apparently don't call it telephone. I heard a little while ago they call it Chinese whispers.
Well, yeah, that's just
I feel like that's motivated.
that's well, it's
Yeah.
Australia, so
Yeah.
Gonna be a no from me.
That's a no for me, though.
I want to say I've heard that before in the US also, but years and years and years ago.
I'm
yeah, that
happy to say
that
I
seems
have
like
not.
That sounds like we probably called it that in like the 1950s kind of thing.
I
And
mean,
at some point renamed it telephone.
Yeah.
Pegasus
At
says
one point I
carrier
learned-
pigeon. You know, that might be it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no.
no,
She would
Because
call it
car-
message.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Yeah.
It would either be message or sending.
Yeah.
Because we have those spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that is such a worthwhile task. It's incredibly beautiful that you want to chronicle the history of this momentous occasion.
I'm glad to see someone understands.
Marla's just excited there's another bard in the building. Like,
I mean, she's got a lute strapped to her back.
Worm, can you spell her name for my notes?
we can have a loot
Linzi.
off.
Linzi.
Yep, Lindsay.
We could have a loot off. Or like do a fiddle and lute duet. The possibilities are endless.
I do hear you have to have a fiddle in the band.
Well, I do have a fiddle in the band, so.
Great, you can go to Texas now.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to go to Texas.
Dueling lutes.
Dueling lutes. That sounds like fun. Like, you know, like have like a good time. I don't know. Marlo's just excited to meet somebody else who likes making noise.
Have you introduced yourself to any of the others here yet?
Yeah, I met Amiri earlier. She's got such a big sword.
Yes.
Yes, she has a big sword.
It's from a giant. You probably already heard that. You probably wrote it down. You should write that down.
I definitely will be writing that down, yes.
I'm from underwater.
How fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't
really
know
about
I've
it.
ever met someone from underwater before.
You can make so much more noise up here. You can't play string instrument. Well, you can kind of, sort of. Underwater is weird. But so is above water, if you're really being honest here. Above water is way weirder, let's be real. But I think it's really neat, and it's so cool to meet another bard. I don't
Isn't
see other
it?
bards. I don't see other bards often, and it's kind of lonely sometimes because I'm blue, and my best friend is Goric, and he's also fun. But we're bad at talking to people, if you couldn't tell.
I just give a thumbs up.
Have you perchance introduced yourself to that young lady with the really pretty shield?
Oh, Valerie? Isn't she just the most beautiful thing ever?
I mean, I do think she is quite beautiful, but hmm. I'd like to know more about her, but she doesn't seem very interested in talking to me.
Yeah, I told her earlier that she looks like she was created by Sune herself, and Valerie then left.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Seems like she may have a hmm, distaste for the goddess of beauty.
I don't understand why. No one else would.
I don't understand why either. I was raised in one of what would we say, Sunan,
Yep.
one of the Sunan uh, um, academies.
Oh,
I owe my
wonderful.
life to her.
That sounds wonderful. That's absolutely perfect. See me,
Beautiful.
I'm just from Galt.
Well, I think that there is beauty all over this world. I'm sure that there is something to admire about gold.
Oh, there's plenty to admire about Galt. Being a being a turnip farmer, though, I uh, I don't know that you can admire that.
I could admire that. It's
Turnips are turnips are a delicious, delicious thing, and it is such a noble profession to be a farmer. You are feeding people, your community. That is such a beautiful thing to do. I do not think that you should look down upon your heritage. It is a wondrous upbringing that you have, and it will give you a wondrous outlook on life. It has certainly impacted you to the point where you are doing something truly beautiful with your life now.
She laughs at that and says, "Spoken like someone who has never farmed turnips."
Well, this is true.
Thank you so much. I must take my leave for now, but hopefully we will see more of each other later.
Oh, bye, Lindsay.
Lindsay's my favorite.
Lindsay's my favorite.
Yeah, but by nice person.
Bye, the single actually nice person we've met so far.
Right?
Here's the thing. Valerie is also very nice. To but she has a very complicated history with Sune.
Hell.
I mean, in fairness, in a meta sense, it seems like it seems like Amiri is also probably nice, but again, Gorek should just not have been the one to talk to her.
Yes. Um
Okay, okay. First we were all talking about bread. Now we're all talking about butter, and now I want buttered bread.
I'm actually about to text my fiance to get me some.
so as you guys kind of finish eating your roast boar, that is replaced with fine desserts and cheeses.
Jeez.
Wonderful.
Is there pudding?
Yes.
This is the first time you have seen Lovely just not care about etiquette. And she, as soon as she sees like the like, I'm assuming they're like how you fill like pudding in like the glasses when you go to a restaurant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She just is like, oh, and she grabs a spoon and she just starts quietly shoveling pudding into her mouth, very, very like in very large quantities. And when she lifts her head up, her mouth is covered with chocolate. She has smeared her makeup, and she fiercely tries to find a napkin to wipe her face after that display. Um, but
They
yeah,
are very nice napkins.
she has a little bit of a sweet tooth that all etiquette goes out the window for.
I think this is about time for Lady Jamondi's final speech.
Woo!
give Lady Jamandi just a second to scroll there. There we go. Lady Jamandi stands back up in front of the crowd. My friends, I hope you've enjoyed the food and drink this evening.
Her words are quickly met with a round of cheers and enthusiastic tapping of several dozen mugs and goblets. It takes a few minutes for the room to grow quiet again.
Smiling broadly, she continues, You honor me, truly, but this night is for you. As heroes, you have responded to my call, and I can't wait to hear tales of your exploits in the weeks and months to come. Tomorrow, I shall speak with you all about your individual charters. I suspect it'll be a busy day, so I suggest we make an early evening of it. After all, you have kingdoms to plan.
Lady Jamandi's words are met with an even louder round of cheers and drinkware tappings. A few goblets even shatter thanks to overeager hands.
Lady Jamandi gestures to the large double doors at the east and west. Of course, I've arranged bedchambers for you, all of you. My guards will escort you to them now. I hope you find them restful. We shall speak further tomorrow when we meet back here at sunrise.
One of the things that you guys will notice if you look out the windows is that that light rain is now a torrential downpour. And as things are kind of lulling after her speech, you do hear the crack of thunder. That sounds quite close.
Darn.
So I assume you guys are going to be heading to a bedroom?
Do we have accommodations here?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
No, I definitely assumed we were going to have to walk back to town in the storm. That's great.
In fact, the only people you actually see leave are Magar and a couple of people who look like they are with him.
Makes sense.
Okay. So now we are moving over to the next map. And these are smaller, so they're not, but they look like they are. Okay. So yeah, you guys are brought. The four of you actually share a room. And it is a room with 4 beds, a dresser, and an oil lamp attached to the center of the south wall, which would be the same wall that the door is on. And there are several potted plants. A decorative brass brazier forged to resemble a sleeping red dragon sits in one corner.
Unrelated to literally everything. Do I want a sandwich or buttered bread?
Yes.
I
Yes.
can't have both right now.
Buttered sandwich.
Yeah. The French have the right idea on the buttered sandwich.
I'm thinking. We can carry on.
Important diversions are important.
So, do you guys, are you just immediately settling in for the night? Are you staying up for a little bit? What's your idea?
How cold is the room?
It's a very comfortable temperature.
Especially because we got the fire genasi in here.
If anything, it's probably on the warm side because of that.
Oh, good. That means Marlo can break out of their winter clothes.
Gorik is sweating profusely.
You are at least as far from me in the room as you can get.
Yeah, Gorik is definitely very thankful for that in this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of pick up my fiddle and kind of fuck around with it for a minute.
I think Gorik.
No, go ahead.
I think Gorik would say, kind of pretty quick prayer to Oral, kind of under his breath, and then just listen to the fiddle before winding down for sleep, unless somebody else starts some sort of conversation.
Yeah, Lovely is going to do her nighttime routine, which consists of taking down her hair, brushing it several times, braiding it, taking off her makeup so she doesn't get any acne. And all while she does this, that's when she mutters. As she gets ready in the morning and as she gets ready before night, that's when she whispers her prayers to Sune. So that's what she's doing, is she's muttering her prayers to Sune as she gets ready for bed. And she appreciates the idle music in the background.
Let me tell you guys a story about my mom. And then they just kind of bust into this nonsense song about like storms at sea and how Umberlee's a really cool mom, and it's a bad song, guys. Like the music is fine, but the lyrics are bad. Like Marlo has no idea what the hell they're doing right now. They can play instruments just fine, but when they try to articulate their feelings into words, it's nonsense.
Reese
It
is
sounds-
just tinkering in a corner.
I think Gorik is genuinely into the song and is not the most discerning critic, so he's just super supportive and into it.
I'm sensing that Gorik is the himbo of the group.
Oh yes.
I really appreciate that we're all just the like kind of happy to be like in a room with other people like type of like thing where we're like, but like we don't necessarily need to be actively socializing, and we're just like
Parallel play, man.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
autism.
I was gonna say,
Tell me our party is autistic without telling me our party's autistic.
we can all sit in a room without talking to each other and feel perfectly satisfied.
We can learn backstories later. It's fiddle time.
So you get into the room at about 9 p.m. I assume you're all kind of in bed by like 10. Okay.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable beds.
Do I sleep or do I just not dream?
You sit in a trance for 4 hours.
Okay.
I'm going to is the floor stone?
Yes.
I think at some point during the night, the bed is going to be too soft, too enveloping. It's a little too warm. Gorik is gonna like kind of roll off and just like sleep on the ground, and that's where he's going to be when he wakes up.
Okay.
I think
Um,
Marlo and Gorik have been traveling together for a few weeks, and this is not unusual. This is the norm.
Hilariously, I don't think Reese has actually exchanged words with anyone else in the group,
I don't think so.
but has just figured out that none of them are going to bother him, and so he's just chilling up near them.
Yeah, he's chilling. We're chilling. Like we love our low verbal artificer king.
Yeah.
Shit, mom.
So close to the time that Marla would be leaving their trance, all of you are snapped into fully consciousness when you hear from an in through the door a single cry, like someone cried out.
Up and at him. Let's get at her.
And it was very suddenly cut off.
That's immediate fight or flight.
Yep,
Yeah.
we're scrapping.
Sune's red locks.
So we wouldn't have armor on, but I'm gonna grab my staff.
What armor does everyone have?
I have studded leather.
I have a chain shirt.
No.
I also have a shield, so I think I have time to like pick up my shield and like a weapon, right?
Okay, and I'm being like, your chain shirt, you can put that on in a matter of seconds. Like
Okay.
you can armor yourself up and get your shield very quickly.
Okay.
Does that also apply to the
Studded leather? Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to look very silly because she's like basically in like a slip, like a nightgown.
And leather and armor.
And a chain shirt. Because she doesn't have time to put on her whole it's time for Lovely to get ready in the morning.
You know, you
So-
talk about me being a hazard with Gorik's hair. You will also be a hazard for Gorik's hair.
Oh my gosh. Literally, the all of the so the amount of ribbons that are in Gorik's hair, triple that amount of ribbons on my like everyday attire.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the hair itself and chainmail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Mhm.
Marla, what armor do you have?
I have leather light.
Okay. So yeah, you can also slip yours on too.
I just
So-
shrunk mine on. It's probably at the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
All right, onward and upward.
Okay. So you
Follow the
guys
sound of the screams.
you put on your armor real quick and ready your weapons. What do you do next?
Peer out of the door?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open the door? Can we like is there like an actual door mechanism? I don't know how the fog of war stuff works here.
I
Yes,
think
there
Worm
is.
has to open the door.
Okay.
I do. And I
Mhm.
will be getting to that in just a moment. But kind of tell me what are you like flinging the door open? Are you trying to be stealthy? What's it look like?
Well, Reese is there, so
Yeah, it's like it's not Gorik, so
I will peek. Does the door open in or out?
The door opens inward.
All right. I'm gonna make sure there's no light in here that's on. And
Okay.
crack it and look outside.
Okay.
Do I see anything? I do have dark vision.
How far of dark vision do you have?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. So that is what you can see with the cracked door.
Which is a bunch of nothing, I assume.
Yes.
All right.
I can't tell which beam of light showing vision is yours.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
This is actually a well-lit hallway, though.
Okay. I guess I'll open the door the rest of the way.
Okay. That is what you can see.
All right. Which direction did the cry come from? Did it come from like over here?
Yes. And I will show you what the person you can see looks like. Just a second. Okay, there it is. So that is what you see.
It looks like Norman Reedus.
Kind of, yeah. And guess what? It's initiative time.
Woo!
Boy, oh boy.
Let me.
That is the most average
Mm-hmm.
ever.
I don't know that.
It is not showing up, so in just a moment I will have to put you guys in.
Yeah, we're not. I have not. I don't think mine is actually tied to the character. I didn't
Yeah.
make it do it.
I don't
I
think
will
mine
look
is
it up.
either.
Yeah, same.
Before next week, I will look it up and tell everybody.
Mine's hooked up.
Right? Which one are you? Yes, you are that one. You are that one. So I'm doing this really awesome thing where there really is not going to be no one is going to be everyone's going to be separate, like, and there's no like generic monsters who all have the same stats and health and everything like that.
Right. So they're all going to be individual.
Yes.
No stat blocks.
Which is great, except I have to treat everyone essentially like I would normally just do for a major villain. Okay. And I have to figure out how to.
You can add yourself. Right click on your character icon and say add turn.
Wonderful. I don't have that, so I need you guys to do that.
I don't see that option.
When you right click on your
On the turn order thing?
No,
on your icon.
Yeah. On your
You right click your icon.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And then I can just change to what it was.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's nice that you can do yourself now instead of forcing the DM to do all of the work.
Goric, I'm actually going to have you go second.
For sure.
That way, there's no question that these guys are villainous if it starts with them.
Hey.
Works for me.
So that is going to be this guy, he is going to shoot a hand crossbow at Reese. That is going to be 18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and that is going to be 9 points of damage.
Oh. Okay.
Gorik, it is your turn. You see a crossbow bolt fly from the same direction as the cry and lodge itself into Reese's chest. Your go.
Reese does not look good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, what is Reese's? Is Reese just Reese kind of grunt and that's about it, or is this more dramatic?
More of a yelling profanity, but yes.
I mean, I think is obviously Gorik needs to kind of walk through, like, kind of push through folks, so he's going to be close to Reese at some point and kind of see that Reese is not doing well.
Yeah.
I feel like it says something that this is the most we've heard Reese speak these entire time.
Yes.
It's like, yes, the first thing you've gotten from me, other than my name, is screaming profanity.
And Reese has been one of the nicest people Gorik has met here, and that doesn't quite sit right. So Gorik his brows are going to furrow, and he's going to start breathing really hard because he's going to barbarian rage.
Okay.
And
you see people in front of you now.
I do see people in front of me, and so there is a relatively straightforward course of action here. And it does involve hitting somebody with an axe. I'm going to well, actually, is it clear? Would it be clear to Gorik who shot Reese? Because I think that's who Gorik would go for.
It's not. They all have crossbows ready.
So Gorik is going to then just the person who's directly in front of him. I know there's this person who is around the corner. Gorik just kind of pushed past Reese, saw Reese wasn't doing well, and just charged the first person he could see.
I like it.
So I'm going to have him swing his great axe. Bummer.
That's 10 to hit. That does not hit.
Tried his best.
Reese, it is your turn.
All right. Is this the one that shot me?
No, it is this one.
Okay. Then I am going to produce flame at that one.
Okay. You can also step around the corner afterward, so they don't have line of sight on you anymore.
Heck.
7 does not hit.
All right. When you say step around, like in here? Back in the...
You could... No, I was thinking...
Oh, I see.
Here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. And the guy that you went to attack is going to attack you, Gorik.
All right.
And is going to slice at you with a dagger. And get a natural 20.
Outstanding.
So please take 10 piercing damage.
Is that before or after my resistance?
That is before.
Okay, so 5.
Do you have is rage at level 1 in the new? Does that give you resistance?
Let me double check. I am definitely operating off of my recollection of the old edition, so let me open up the rules and make sure that I'm. If it doesn't, then that's going to be a real bummer for me.
Is it gonna put you down?
No, it will not put me down, but it will be a real bummer for me. Thankfully, Gorek is a beefy boy.
I love all of the new art. It is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Rage.
You do have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So yes, that was piercing damage. You only take 5.
All right. I mean,
Nice.
it still hurt.
Yeah, no. Dagger just right across the chest. Lovely.
Definitely an oof from Gorek.
It is Lovely's turn.
It is. Okay. All right. So where is okay, there you are. Okay, so I'm gonna leave here. I heard and saw that Reese isn't doing too well. So I'm going to move out here and try and find Reese until I can get an eye on him.
You can probably see him from there. Just
Okay.
around the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, I can. And then I am going to give you a good old hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Is
Give
it
a
a free
go-
action to ask a quick question?
What's up?
Is it a free action to ask a question of my peers?
Yes.
Okay. Reese, is it okay if I touch you?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to get your consent first because consent is important. And then I am going to place my hands on Reese and cast Cure Wounds.
Well, I would ask if
Uh,
you were upcasting it, but we know you can't. So
I cannot. So that will be a 9. So all the damage you took.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. And that is it.
okay. Marlo, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna peek my head out the door. There's a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'm going to. We're gonna. Okay. So I'm thinking about my course of action. I'm going to run up. Well, no, actually, because that'll give them an attack of opportunity against me, and I don't really. I hate this. I have like no attack options besides a ranged dagger attack.
I mean, you could make it here.
I could, and then they wouldn't be able to make an attack, an opportunity attack against me, right?
Yeah, you could actually make it here and be flanking.
Oh, but then I'm in between two idiots, two Norman Reeduses.
Yes.
And both of them could get an attack of opportunity against me.
Why would they get an attack of opportunity against you?
Because I'm gonna scoot out of the fucking way. I wanted to go hide because I have 7 hit points, guys.
Is that a cat behind you, Worm?
What?
Is there a cat behind you?
No?
Okay. Must just be a weird shadow.
So I think I'm just gonna end up doing the ranged dagger attack and then running and hiding.
Okay. You will no longer have your dagger after this.
I have 2 daggers.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that
Because I have no spells. I have 2 daggers and I have an unarmed strike. That's all I got.
you have spells.
No, I don't. Not on my sheet.
Well, you have 2 cantrips and 2 level 1 slots.
We didn't do that yesterday.
We did not. Nope. Because I forgot that bards had spells.
I also didn't know that I could do that.
Yes, you
shit.
have spell casting.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
You can go to your D&D Beyond character.
I'm in there right now.
And you can add spells.
Yep.
And I'll even let you see what they can do.
Yeah.
Damn bards and having spells. Ugh.
I'm sorry, Father.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I mean, I also forgot mine. I'm just very good at doing this on the fly.
I'm not. I just got here.
Well, and
do you
the only one I really wanted was produce flame.
do you want to throw your dagger and then that will give you a turn to figure out what spells?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
1 dagger. And we're gonna throw it at the guy right in front of Gorik.
Okay.
I got a 4.
That you rolled the damage.
Oh shit.
So if you hit, you do 4 damage, and that's awesome. Unfortunately, a 10 does not hit.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go hide.
Okay. And the other guy that is next to Gorik is now going to attempt to get Gorik with a dagger. That is going to be 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
Okay. God damn. That's going to be 6 points going down to 3.
All right. Gorik has been better, but he's hanging in there, but he's looking fairly rough.
Is Gorik bloodied?
Gorik is exactly bloodied, yes.
I am still mad that they got rid of that condition. That's a wonderful condition. It's one of the reasons why 4th edition is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's
4th edition is so underrated.
It's good. It's fluffy information. It's just good.
Mhm.
And when you have that, you can have creatures that can do things when they're bloodied.
Yeah.
Okay, so the the one that shot Reese, it is their turn again. And since they saw Lovely cast a spell, they're gonna shoot at Lovely.
Oh no!
And that's going to be 20 to hit.
Oof.
That's not good.
And that is going to be 6 damage.
And that's 6 damage, including it wasn't a nat 20. Okay,
It was
thank
not.
goodness. Okay, I was about to say. Good thing your healer is not down.
Gorik, it is your turn.
Well, I have decided that I have a lifelong feud with the guy directly in front of me. So, second verse, same as the first. I'm swinging my great axe at him.
9 does not hit.
Rolling above a 5 to attack would really help, but unfortunately, I'm
Yep.
I'm just gonna give him a very stern look.
Reese,
Yes.
it's your turn.
All right. back over here. Things still good. Yeah. I am going to do the same thing and try to produce flame at the asshole that shot me.
Okay.
There we go.
16. 16 does hit. Two damage?
Yep.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the first hit against an enemy of anyone in the party this campaign, so
Yay, first attack. It came 2 hours and 29 minutes into the first episode.
It's okay. That just
with
means
fire.
that we've.
And then the guy in front of you, Reese, is gonna slash at you with a dagger. That is going to be
In front of who?
Gorek. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
that is a hit.
Gorek, do you have any armor?
My armor class is 14
Okay.
because I have unarmored defense from being barbarian and +2 dex. So that's all I got.
Well, that is going to be 4 piercing damage. That goes down to 2.
Ow. They're really whittling me down here.
I love that new follower sound. It is wonderful. It is the sound of starting a new game of Galaga. Lovely. It's your turn.
It's me. Lovely's not happy that she has been hit. And Lovely is going to channel a part of herself that she normally represses. And you see her like eyes go like start to glow and stuff, and she looks, well, let's just say demonic. Um, and I am going to try and hit the guy in front of Gorik with a poison spray, using my spell from my Fiendish Legacy.
Okay. Is that an AoE?
It is not.
Okay.
At least according to this, it says uh it does not, it doesn't say that it's like a cone or anything like that.
Great.
So yeah.
Just with the name.
It does say spray a toxic mist at a creature within range.
Yeah.
But then it just says make a ranged spell attack against the target, and it doesn't say anything about like cone or thing like that. So
One of the times when the description is at odds with the mechanics.
yeah. So
I think it used to be.
I
and
think
I
it
think they
used to
narrowed
be
it.
yeah. So
Either way, unfortunately, 11 does not hit.
oh well. So I'm guessing that like the spray just like kind of falls short and it doesn't quite reach him. And I will use, I can't, oh, that was a cantrip. So is the rule still I can cast one leveled spell and one cantrip in a turn?
Yes.
Okay, so then I will, for my leveled spell, I will do a healing word on myself and mutter a quick prayer to Sune.
Okay.
And that's gonna give me 7 hit points back. So I am back to max.
Yay.
Yay, and that is all of my spell slots.
Level 1.
Whee!
Level 1. Level 1.
I love
Marlo,
level 1, man. Okay. Speaking
Oh.
of level 1.
unless you still have more, lovely. Or was that your turn?
No, that was my turn.
Okay.
I did healing and I attempted to do damage.
Okay, let me take a look at what I picked up. I have... Ooh. Okay, how is the one Gorik's fighting looking? Is he bloodied at all, or is he just still, like, up?
Not
He
even
doesn't have-
touched.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers on that guy.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I'll read the spell description if it hits.
He has to
make
is
a
a
wisdom.
save.
It is a save, so he has to make a wisdom save of 13. He made it.
Nope.
Okay,
Rolled a 2.
looks like he... Huh?
Rolled a 2. Very much did not make it.
Oops, I hit it again, sorry. The first roll was a 14, though.
Okay. What does that look like?
Marlo's gonna kind of, like, mime playing the fiddle. And... like, this, like watery black smoke stuff is gonna kind of seep out of the walls a little bit.
Okay.
Into the guy's ears.
Gorik, you will definitely notice this more than anyone else. His face becomes a look of absolute terror, and he fucking dies.
Second hit is a kill.
Yeah, that's brutal.
14 was enough to bring him from full health to dead.
Yeah. I mean, considering Gorek is in a rage, I don't think he's gonna look that gift horse in the mouth.
But it is the turn of the other one that is going to dagger at Gorik. And that's going to be 12 to hit.
Finally, one of them did not hit Gorek. There's not a lot more daggers to the chest that Gorek can take.
This one is going to shift over here and it is going to shoot at Marlowe in an absolute panic after what happened.
Okay.
And that is going to be 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be 4 points of piercing.
Whoop, I'm a little bloody, guys.
Ugh.
Gorik, it is your turn.
Gorek is still very ragey, starting to get a little desperate because he's been getting hit numerous times and has yet to hit anybody. However, when all you have is a great axe, everything looks like something you hit
Yeah.
with
Everything
a great
looks
axe.
like a nail,
and then,
right?
and then I roll a 2, so that's...
Have
So-
you tried changing the dice?
I haven't yet. I think that's a good idea. Though.
You know, if you guys want to use physical dice, you can.
I do have some physical dice here. I think I may start using them.
Okay.
These D&D Beyond dice have something against Gorek.
D&D Beyond is one of the few dice rolling programs that I actually really like because it's not a number generator. It's a physics sandbox.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
Yeah, so it actually rolls a die.
Mm-hmm.
And like if it hits the edges of the browser, it treats it like a wall and will bounce off.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate random number generators with a passion. I'm very glad that there's one that doesn't. Reese, it is your turn.
Hey, I will step back here. Oh, no, I can't see anybody.
Go to the other side.
Other side of what? Oh, that's a pillar.
Like there.
Um,
Can you see someone now?
yeah. I think I gotta go there to be able to. Okay.
It is not actually a pillar. There's a spiral staircase inside it.
Okay. But regardless, I can now produce flame with that guy.
Okay.
Or not.
Not with a 7, you're not.
I don't know where my dice are, or I would be using my physical dice.
Lovely. It is your turn.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And yeah, if you can see an enemy token, you have line of sight to them.
Yeah. Just trying to. Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't know if I want to get that. Okay, so I can still sort of see him from here. So I'm gonna go there. And I will let's see. Do I have that within 30 feet? I think it is.
Yeah, and wonderfully, you have. You can make an arrow. You are.
I don't know how to do that.
So, do you see on the little bar to the left? There's a die, about halfway down.
I see a measurement thing.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can measure with that.
Okay, so I am within 30 feet. Okay, cool. Perfect. So I am going to try another poison spray.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
17. Let's see. That is going to hit.
All right. I don't know why that rolled twice.
In case you
Take
did
the first one.
critical.
Oh, but I didn't roll
Yes,
a critical.
but it did just in case you did. And by the way, if
but
you
I didn't
don't
roll a critical.
Yes.
I'm so confused.
If for when you do roll a critical, the way that I do it is instead of rolling twice, you roll once and you just assume you rolled max damage on the other one.
Okay. I don't know how to turn off this setting, but I will figure
That's
it out
fine.
later.
It doesn't matter.
We will take the first roll, which was 6 damage.
Yeah, and he's not looking too hot.
6 poison damage to the face.
Okay, it is now Marlowe's turn.
Okay. Well, there's that guy around the corner.
Yep.
Step forward. I'm gonna
Are you
Dissonant Whispers.
okay? Yeah, no, that's a super fail.
Mm,
8 damage.
8 damage.
Okay. And I think that's you out of spells.
I still have Vicious Mockery, though.
Yep. You see him fly into a lowercase r rage.
Ooh, yikes.
Stealing my thing. Very
I'm
rude.
sorry.
And is going to attack Gorik with a dagger. That's going to be 22 to hit.
That sure does hit.
I'm so sorry.
And once you have the damage, it is 3.
Gorik like lets out a grunt and kind of like is like coughing up some blood. He's not down, but he is very unwell.
Okay, and now it is the first one. It is going after Lovely.
Ouchie.
That is going to be 23 to hit.
That hits.
Why do they hit so much harder than we do?
Level 1.
If I connected with anything, Gorik hits pretty hard, but he just has trouble connecting apparently.
You know, it's okay. It happens to everyone. That's going to be 4 piercing damage to Lovely.
4 piercing damage.
Yes.
That's lovely. Not.
Gorik. Let's see if you can't end your dry spell. The guy next to you is bloodied.
I'm going to be rolling a real life die this time, swinging the great axe at this person who has stolen my whole gimmick. And what do you know? That is 24.
24. That's going to hit, and Chad is requiring all of us to hydrate. So, drink something.
Great.
No.
And how much damage do you do with that 24?
Well, I have Savage Attacker, so I get to roll 2 damage dice and pick the highest.
Yeah, so does he.
I rolled the exact same thing twice.
So did he.
That is 7 plus 5 is 12. I do 12 damage. But that's including the rage damage.
Yep. And they're dead.
All right.
So you're basically like, it's time to stop fucking around, and beheaded them.
Yeah, Gorik is just gonna like kind of like walk slowly towards the last guy. He will probably take Gorik out, but Gorik is just pissed.
Reese, it is your turn.
Gonna do the same thing again.
Marlo, did you you have 2 cantrips and 4 level 1 spells.
I have 4 level 1 spells and 2 cantrips? I thought I
Yes.
had 1 cantrip and 2 spells.
Nope.
Well, shit. I have to add more spells.
Okay, sorry, Reese.
14?
14 at that last guy. That is going to hit.
Oh! Higher. Ooh, better. 4.
Okay, and he goes down.
Good.
Thank goodness.
That's the last guy.
Yeah, that was the last guy. We're out of combat. What do you guys want to do?
Figure out why these guys were here?
Yeah. I think start searching bodies.
Figure out who screamed?
Gorik's
So
gonna take a minute. when the rage
We should
wears
heal
off, he's
him.
gonna like slump against the wall and kind of take a breather.
So there are two basically vestibules here
Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that.
and here. Um, there are now portcullises that are sealing it, and you see the body of a guard in this upper one.
Over here.
Yeah.
Oh my. Guys, there's the body of a guard.
Oh no.
And actually, Lovely, as you're able to take a second, you realize that you're basically standing in a smear of blood. So it's really clear that the guard was dragged to where they are.
They dragged the body here.
Don't like that.
So, Space MB, which one, 0, 1, or 2, which body are you searching first?
I guess whichever one's nearest me.
That would be 0. What you find on him is studded leather, a hand crossbow with 16 bolts, a dagger, and you find a coin purse that definitely jingles with coin.
Hey. I'll leave that alone for the moment.
Okay.
What's on the next one?
Same thing, except it is 20 bolts.
Okay, and the third?
Same thing again. 20 bolts, hand crossbow, dagger, studded leather, and a coin pouch with coins in it. You're a noble from Rostland, so I will let you do a history check.
Okay. Oh, natural 20!
Ooh, fat dragon.
Okay, so as you're kind of looking over everything, you see that the pommel of these daggers. Let me double check what they look like. Each of them have an ebony pommel. There are three tears tattooed under one eye, and under the other there is something written in Draconic speech. Do you speak Draconic?
No.
Does anyone speak Draconic?
Let me check my character sheet. No.
Gorik does not,
Nope.
unfortunately.
Okay. So it says something in Draconic. But you realize that oh sorry, no, the script is on their forearm. Not under the other eye. You realize this is a gang from the capital, New Stetson, called the Black Tears. They're a small, they're a newer street gang formed by the merging of 7 smaller gangs. And they've been known to dabble in kidnapping, extortions, assassinations, and the sale of illicit substances. What they're doing here, this is like 1 to 200 miles outside of their normal stomping ground. So that's weird.
Hmm.
Is that something that is voiced, or is Reese keeping that to themselves?
Uh,
Or to some-
I will tell the rest of the group that this is a gang, but they're not normally around here. So I don't know why they would be here or what they would be doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a mystery.
Is there you said the portcullises were closed.
Yep.
Is that like are there like guards coming that were closing it or
No, they were automatically dropped.
okay.
Which probably means they're controlled from somewhere else, and they were dropped. And that includes the entryway into the spiral staircase that goes upstairs.
And where was that? Where was the blood from the guard's body being dragged? Again, can Gorik
Like-
see that? Or is...
Here,
So
isn't it?
it starts basically where Gorik is standing, and then it goes all the way up to the
This way.
yes.
Okay, so the guard was dragged beyond. Is the portcullis here?
No,
This one?
it's right above Lovely. Lovely is
Okay.
basically against the portcullis.
So it was
Sorry.
dragged to the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
You can see the dotted line of the portcullis at the bottom.
Yeah. Thank you. I see that now. So there are probably more folks elsewhere, or
Oh no.
Oh, bother. Oh, brother dog.
I guess I'll find out what he chewed on later. So yeah, what and you looking out the window that's basically right in front of you, Gorik. The storm, if anything, has gotten worse since you went to bed.
is it like noisy rain and wind against the window?
Yeah.
Do I hear anything else?
Fairly frequent thunder. And you can see flashes of lightning through the window. That's all you can hear at the moment.
Well, I'm kind of keen on trying to find some of those other folks that were invited here to hopefully band together and defend ourselves, assuming that.
I
There
mean,
weren't-
when you were brought to your rooms, basically all of these rooms had other adventurers go. Like there were several dozen people at the feast, and basically all of them were brought to rooms. There is one half of them were brought to your guys' side, and the other went to the wing on the other side of the Great Hall.
I'm concerned that we're the only folks that are up and about if there were a bunch of other folks in these rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Gorg. I mean, I think I gotta go check.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna knock on the door of the room that's next to ours.
Okay.
I am gonna steal all of the crossbow bolts and the coin purses.
Okay.
Go for it.
Do you want to count the coins in the coin purses?
Sure.
Okay. So one of them has 15 gold pieces in it. The next one has 10. And the third one has 13.
Not bad.
So 38 gold pieces total.
And then that was 16, 20, and 16 volts?
20, 20, and 16.
Oh, okay.
So the first one, you do not, there's no answer when you knock on the door.
That's funky fresh. Let's go down to the next one, I guess.
Okay. There is also no answer when you knock on the door.
I knock a second time. Harder this time. Like, I bang on it real hard.
Great.
Still no answer?
Still no answer.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna try banging on my door over here.
Which
Any
door?
response? The one, I guess I'll go right here. The one that was tried once already.
No response.
I'm just gonna try and open it.
Okay. It does open. And I need to do that real quick. So, while there are no bodies or anything, in the middle of the floor there is a human hand. Just the hand. And 2 of the beds are soaked with blood.
I open the door I'm in front of.
Okay.
The hand was in the floor.
On the floor,
Hand
yep.
was on the floor, yeah.
And I guess.
So this room is empty, but the beds do look like they were slept in. But other than that, it's empty. It's an empty room.
Okay. What about the one I banged on? Go back over there.
Yeah, you want to open that one?
Mhm.
Okay. So in this room, there are 5 corpses in the room. 2 male humans, 2 female dwarves, and a male halfling. And it looks like they were probably murdered in their sleep.
Well, fuck.
To interject, is the hand recognizable? Is it a particular? Does the hand look like it belonged to somebody that I met during the dinner, during the feast?
Eh?
Is that a window up
Yes.
kind of at the top of the room? Does it look like somebody climbed in? Like where did everybody go?
Yeah, no, it does not look like anyone climbed in.
There's just a hand and a lot of blood.
Yep.
It's real weird in there, everybody.
It's pretty gruesome in here too, guys.
This isn't good.
I don't like this at all, guys.
I don't either, and just for the sake of thoroughness, I'm gonna open up another door. Maybe one of these doors has to not have something horrifying behind it, right?
We can hope.
So in this room, it is empty, but there are fresh blood stains on the floor.
Well,
The beds don't look slept in this room.
oh, weird.
What the fuck happened?
Is that one last door over there?
There is one last door, yeah.
Gorik is trying the last door. He's an optimist. Maybe there's somebody alive in this one.
So in this one, there are 5 corpses, 2 female humans, 1 male human, a male dwarf, and a male elf.
Well, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Reese, as you're kind of looking over Gorik's shoulder, you notice that the male elf has a ring on one of his fingers. It looks silver.
I'll take a closer look.
Okay. It's a silver ring. It's probably worth something.
Oh, but it's not like no emblem or anything on it.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna take his. I'm not gonna steal off the random corpses.
We have morals somewhat.
I mean, your best
Yeah.
friend is saying to do it. And when in your life has Pegasus ever steered you wrong?
Ugh.
Well, gang, this sure is a sticky situation here.
I think we should sound some sort of alarm.
Ow.
Don't know, man.
What's over there?
That's a double door.
Oh,
That's the door that you came in. You know the next room is basically there's a stream going through it, and it's kind of like an interior garden area.
that sounds very pleasant relative to the rooms full of dead bodies. I think we should go there.
I agree.
Secondary notioning.
Okay, give me just a moment. As you open the door, this large indoor garden resembles a tropical paradise. Lush plants and flowering vines hang from the walls, while a slow-moving stream of water cuts through the center of the room, flowing languidly from north to south through stone drains. Planters filled with colorful flowers line the stream. Two narrow wooden bridges arch over the water, allowing passage from one side to the other. Partially submerged in the stream to the north stands a life-size marble statue depicting an armored half-elf woman holding a rose and wielding a shield. And there are 4 enemies on the other side of the river.
More Reduses.
So, what
Are we using
I'm
the
gonna
same
do-
initiative order?
No, let's change it up. I'm gonna leave you guys there, and you change to whatever it ends up being.
Okay.
I'll risk the. I shouldn't have risked it.
Oh, it adjusted this time.
Yay! Oh, good. Okay, everyone successfully put in their roles?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we're starting off with Black Tier Cutthroat number 3. Who is going to be shooting at Reese? Because that's who's standing in the middle of the open doorway. I saw that huge sigh. It's going to be a hand crossbow. And that is going to be 15 to hit.
Yep.
That hits. Okay. That is going to be 4 damage. 4 piercing.
All right. Well, at least it wasn't nearly as bad as last time.
Now we've got Cutthroat number 5, who is going to... You know what? It's going to go after Lovely.
Oh boy. I just want to remind everybody that we haven't taken a rest, and most of us don't have spell slots anymore.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
going to be 13 to hit.
13 to hit. That does not hit.
Okay. What were you going to say there, Gorik?
I think it was gonna be something along the lines of not expecting all these additional baddies immediately in the next room.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. So, that goes to Marlowe. Marlowe, if you're speaking, you are muted.
I was looking at the description for Vicious Mockery. I'm just gonna do it on the guy closest on the bridge.
This one?
What's your insult?
Your mother looked like a pot roast.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, is this a... It is a wisdom save for them. Yeah, that's going to fail. Roll your damage. That's going to be 3. That one's looking pretty rough, guys. Oh, whoops. Since we had someone leave the call, we are going to have to do a little bit of readjusting of
Weird. It lost
of
where
cameras.
people were.
Okay. That should be everyone. Marlo, is that your turn?
Yep.
Wonderful. Yes.
Ghost and Space NB are like off center-ish.
There we go. That goes to that guy who's gonna shoot at Reese is the one he can see, so that's the one he's gonna shoot at. That's gonna be a 7.
No.
Okay, Reese, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to see. Okay. I'm gonna step here and try to flame that guy.
Okay. So, do your attack. 22 is gonna hit. Roll your damage.
Nice.
Okay. That one is also looking pretty rough.
All right.
Gorik. It is your turn.
Is it clear which of these fine gentlemen have been hit by attacks and aren't looking too good?
Yes, there is this one and this one.
There to there. Okay, we can do it. So Gorik is going to walk out here and noting that a stiff breeze would kill Gorik at this point, he's going to instead of running into the fray, he's going to pull out one of his hand axes, give it a kiss, and just huck it at this guy.
Okay. By the way, Marlo, did you took your dagger back? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Gork, what'd you get?
17.
That is gonna hit. Roll your damage.
We don't have rage damage this time. That is a 7.
That is a dead one.
Thank goodness. Gorik is now going to promptly retreat back from whence he came and kind of lean back in the corner, breathing heavy.
Okay. This one is gonna shoot a crossbow at Marlo.
Okay.
That is going to be 16 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. And that is going to be 3 damage.
Oh, we're down. Your
Oh,
boy
no.
has no health points.
Lovely. It is your turn.
I know exactly what I'm doing here. I am running up to Marlo, and I am going to use Spare the Dying.
Okay. Marlo is stabilized.
So no death saving throws for you.
No death saving throws for me.
And that's my turn.
Okay. This guy can't see anyone, so he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can just get in here and is going to go after Reese because that's who's there. Reese, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be 3 piercing.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
You can't TPK us episode 1.
Can I not?
This is starting to look like maybe closing the door behind this guy situation.
Yeah.
This guy is coming here and going after Gorik.
I take it back. Now there's 2 of them.
Oh god, we're fucked.
Gorik, that's going to be 7 to hit.
Oh, thank God. It does not hit.
Okay. Marlo, it's your turn.
I don't have any spell trip. We're gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the one that's attacking Reese.
Okay.
You smell like asparagus pea.
Weirdly specific.
Man, I don't know good insults. I just have to come up with shit on the fly, man.
5 damage. He's looking real rough now. Whoops.
Now, is that the
I'm, like,
urine
limp
of an
inside the
asparagus?
room.
Or is that or is that urine that smells like asparagus?
It's when you pee after you eat asparagus and your pee smells real bad.
Okay.
He smells like that.
Reese, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to
I mean, this would be a good
Pass.
time to use your staff. Because there's a guy in your face.
This action. Quick. Spells are not telling me anymore if they're a bonus action or not. All right, I'm assuming it's a action. Yeah, I guess I will use the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Roll decently.
15. That is going to hit, and you don't even bother rolling damage.
Excellent.
Gorik, it is your turn.
I think yes.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I think now with folks rushing in, Gork is going to he's raging, but this is more of a panic.
Okay.
He didn't really want to rage this fight since last time he raged. Got stabbed many times and almost died. But if he's going to get stabbed either way, he may as well be angry about it. And
Okay.
he's going to go for the classic, the great axe. And that's a 15.
It's a 15. Roll your damage.
Savage attacker, please. Oh, okay. That is. Oh, never mind. That's not as good as I thought it was. That is a 11.
You slice him in two.
We maybe are gonna make it.
Is that your turn, Gorik?
Oh yeah. I think Gorgon. I'm gonna peek out here just to see what's going on, and then step back.
Okay. So something that I forgot, but we're not going to do anything about it because I didn't realize it until multiple turns later. Marlo, you were actually unconscious. You shouldn't have been able to do vicious mockery, but it's fine.
Well, fuck. Okay.
The cutthroat is going to shoot a bolt at Lovely. And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask if the stabilized rules changed for 2024, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Nope, they didn't. I just forgot that as soon as okay, Marlo's stabilized, I forgot all about it.
I will say this. I know a DM who has a unique homebrew rule for when somebody is stabilized so they don't feel like they're out of the thing.
Nice.
Is that they allow them to be semi-conscious and they can crawl 5 feet and do a little bit of role play. So food for thought.
Yeah. Okay, Lovely, your turn.
Okay. How far away is this person? Out of my range for my poison spray, but I have another spell.
You can also move.
I could. I don't want to because that makes me easier to be hit. And I don't want any more of our party to be going down.
Why don't you take a peek into the room real quick?
What room?
The room where the bad guys are.
I mean, I see this bad guy out here.
Yeah.
Is there more?
No,
When I took a peek, I only
Th-
saw him.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
So
you can move closer and you'll be fine.
sure. But I don't want him to hit me.
He was already shooting at you because you're the only person he can see.
Okay, then I will move this way.
Outstanding move.
Like, I need to still be able to see him to do what I'm going to do. I am going to cast Holy Word,
Okay,
and which I can do at a 60-foot range.
great.
That's probably not going to hit. That's a 10.
10 does not hit.
Oh well. I am going to then move out of his line of sight, which
Okay.
I think is there.
Reese, it is your turn.
Okay. Fire again.
Yes. Fire.
Mm,
13 does not hit.
darn.
Goric, it is your turn.
Well, I'm raging now. So
I mean, you
Although
can just charge at the dude.
I can, in fact. And you know what? That seems appropriate considering that I'm raging. This is not the wisest course of action.
Roll your attack.
Oh no. 9.
9 does not hit.
I should have used the hand axe. The hand axe wouldn't have failed me. Oral is really trying to send a message that I should be using specifically the hand axe and not the bigger axe.
I'm pretty sure the hand axe is her favored weapon.
I think so.
Yeah, that dagger attack is going to be a 22.
That sure does hit.
And that's going to be, once it's halved, 2 damage.
Oh, we're not down yet.
They are just giving you so many paper cuts.
Gorek is on death's door. Gorek is as close to death as is possible without being unconscious, but he did not hear a bell.
Lovely.
no
It
bell.
is your turn.
My turn
Yep.
already?
Yep.
Yup.
Okay. So I can see him from here. 35 feet. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Holy word.
Okay.
That's a 10 again.
A 10 does not hit this time either.
Yeah, I figured I'm gonna move out of the way so he can't see me.
Reese, it's your turn.
It's
Just really need
Natural
to kill this
20.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, you kill him. Don't even bother. He has 3 hit points left. You will be doing more than 3.
He's just immolated.
Okay.
Are there any more?
Nope, that is the end of combat. So,
God.
I don't think I have enough in me to open any more doors tonight.
I think that's
we are going to be ending here for the night. Thank you so much to everyone who came by
Thank
and
you,
saw
everybody.
this.
Thank you, everybody.
We will be back next week for episode 2. And let's.
Are we gonna raid?
We are.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in for our first
Of
episode. It
course
was
we'll
really
raid.
great to have y'all.
Yeah.
we are going to go on over to one of our good friends of the channel, Ari Deacon Wife. It looks like there's something with doggos happening on stream.
Yay.
We like dogs.
Ooh.
We love a doggo.